Hey everyone, and welcome back to Woo Woo Wednesday, where I share my intuitive insight and weekly wisdom with you through the use of oracle cards. I'm so excited to bring you back another episode. It has been a wild ride over here in the Carmichael household. I literally am standing next to, if you haven't heard, Noodles past the Rainbow Bridge, and we have a whole floral garden altar shrine dedicated to this sweet baby. And today's the first Woo Woo Wednesday without him meowing, tearing shit up in the background, prancing across, like hitting the blind. So I have to just, be as cheesy as it is and dedicate the sweet reading to baby Noodles. So I always said, you got to find the good in everything, right? So I always said to Nudes, like, you frustrate me so much when I go live. You purposely go fucking ham, and I know you're doing it, and you know you're doing it. The second I go live, I even tested him one time. I was like, I hit the button and pretended like I was going live. Hey everyone, welcome back to Woo Woo Wednesday, and he immediately got on the counter, and I was like, caught you. I'm not even live. I knew you were about to do that. So I always thanked him for his craziness in the background of my 10 plus years of streaming video, that he would just distract the shit out of me, but I'm still focused, gonna bring this wisdom, this love, this high vibe and energy, despite me wanting to strangle the cat in the background. So I have to say this one goes out to Noodles, and I want to say thank you for all the love and the support and everything that you guys have shared with me over the last few weeks with this situation. It's been a rough one, a lot of past life healing, and also just realizing, there's nothing you can do. I've gone through multiple losses over the past couple of years. You can't get them back, so you have to learn and cope with the grief and the feelings as they arise instead of avoiding them. And it's been a beautiful balance of witnessing Chris and I just, heal and grow and continue to serve. And, the show must go on is what I heard from Noodles on the other side. So as sad as I want to be about it, I just cry when I need to cry and carry on when I need to carry on. So I just thank you so much for all the space and the love and the support. It's really nice when I pour into you guys literally all the time, my heart and soul. It's so nice to see you guys send it back when I really need it. So thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. I have a shrine for my sweet boy that crossed the Rainbow Bridge too. Oh my goodness, my heart goes out to you. So many hugs to you. Thank you guys so much. All right. Okay, let's have some fun. You guys ready for this? So I am going to pull some cards from the Shine from the Inside Oracle, because this deck was created all about self-love and self-care. And with it being Virgo season and we have a new moon next week, let's get real. It's time to get down to the nitty gritty. We got 1900 retrograde. So hello, it's time to refine and really restructure your routine and all the things that are showing up in your life that need attention. So although we can't fine tooth comb everything all at once, because I know perfectionism is on an all-time high in Virgo season. So hey, if you're a perfectionist, we literally is one of the most popular masterclasses inside the Elevated Life Club that we have taught to date. So we made it into a free masterclass, so you could just watch it, get the wisdom, go through the meditations, and end that situation. So if you're someone who is a perfectionist, DM me that word perfection and I will hook you up. I think you can go to the elevatedlifeclub.com/masterclass, but I don't know, so you tell me. Anyway, I am just so excited to bring you this message because Virgo is all about refining. It's about restructuring and getting clear on your routine. So I thought pulling a card from the Shine from the Inside would be perfect so that we could see what self-care rituals need to be in the focus during this time of restructuring. I know that it's very easy to fall off the self-care game. Let me set this down. Whenever things hit the fan, when things get tough, even if it's a built-in habit, it's, maybe you're at one extreme or the other where you're no, I go double down, go freaking crazy, and I just work out like a maniac. Or you're nope, I don't even care about working out. That's out of the question for me. So I feel like Virgo season is the perfect time for you to really figure out, what does your self-care routine look like? What do you need? That's one of the questions that I ask the women at my retreat every single morning. I invite them to tune inward and ask that very important question. So maybe we do that right now, y'all. Take a moment. Y'all, hello, Texas. take a moment to tune in and ask yourself, what is it that I really need? What do I need? And trust that you have the answer. Know that that vision or that nudge or that feeling or that word or phrase that comes through is absolutely you trying to communicate to yourself so that you can take that radical responsibility and make those changes and pour into you and serve yourself, fill your cup, because nobody's going to do it. That is your sign on like, well, how do I do this? And speaking of perfectionism, it's so easy for us to go, oh, well, then that means I'm not perfect, so I'm just not going to do it. And I'm going to keep messing up the cycle because I don't want to admit that maybe it's not working anymore. So this is your opportunity, your invitation. 1900 retrogrades this season and a new moon in Virgo is about getting clarity on what is the routine and the structure that supports your nourishment and your nurturing. So I'm going to cheat and pull some cards from the Shine from the Inside Oracle to see where can we focus and find that new routine within our self-care. And I'm sure you've heard the news by now. Yes, it's ever easy to fall. Yeah, I feel like right now this is the perfect time for us to get clear. And I think you've probably heard me shouting from the rooftops already that I'm like so excited that I'm telling you guys way early because I'm like, we're doing it. And mainly to hold myself accountable because let's face it, the Self-Care Kickstart Challenge is about holding you accountable because we all know what to do. We'll pull a card and says, keep your thoughts positive. We fucking know that, okay? We've done motivational YouTubes, okay? But how do we practice it? How do we embody it? How do we live that on a moment-to-moment basis when you're triggered? Not just when you're in the comfort zone of like visualizing your best future. It's about how do you do that every day and embody that. So it's not enough to know. It's not enough to know what it is we need. That's step one. Y'all, if y'all haven't even tuned in and said, what do I need? Then that's step one. Okay, so we go in, what do I need? Now, how do we commit and take action? So I picked the 18th of September so that we could all come together for 5 days and hold each other accountable during this time of restructuring so that you can build a consistent habit. Because once you build in the habit into your daily routine, you don't have to think about it. It's like brushing your teeth. You don't think about it. So we're going to commit. We're going to come together and I'm going to be your accountability partner because I know how easy it is to fall off, especially when things are changing like crazy. That's why when I taught Shift earlier this year, the tools to navigate change and transformation, self-care routines is a huge part of that because when things are changing in your life, especially if you're a control freak, hello, can I get an amen? Anyone else? Like, it's not good, but let me just know I'm not alone, okay? So when you recognize that you're in that, like, oh my God, I need to control my environment, but it's changing, everything's chaos. What I have learned and the tools I use to not be a control freak anymore, but to recognize I know that life, is to turn within and say, well, I can control the way that I respond to what is happening. And how can I use my creative energy to focus? And self-care is a big part of that because that is the one thing we can control. It's honestly why I became a hairdresser. I didn't know. I've missed y'all and I have so much creativity flowing through me, which is so weird because I should be like grieving like a motherfucker, which I am. But it's like nonstop ideas, new courses, new this, retreats, that. I mean, it won't stop. So I'm like, I just have to let it rip. We're just going to go with it. So self-care is that basis so that you can start building on that feeling of like, how do I become that channel to let that creativity flow through? So I could riff on this. I was mentioning this is why I wanted to become a hairdresser because I couldn't control my external world. I couldn't even control my emotions. Hello, Libra, double Pisces. It's like no groundedness, okay? It's wild, but it's fun, but it's wild. So I've had to learn a lot of tools to ground myself, to manage my energy, to understand my emotions as an empath and how not to take on other people's. Hello, as a hairdresser. But the reason why I became a hairdresser, I think there's probably a lot, but one that I really look back to that I wouldn't have like written that on the application. I'm going to become a hairdresser because I hate myself so much that when I cut my own hair and I color it, I feel in control. I wouldn't have written that on my application, but in reflection back to who I was and how much I hated myself and how much I didn't take care of myself, it was because that negative self-talk, which funny enough, I pulled that card, was so rampant. It was so bad. So I became a hairdresser because when I was 12 years old and I saw Christina Aguilera's hair and my mom was like, layers, how do I do that? Because she was like old school hairdresser. I'm like, give me that razor. luckily I used it for like good and not for any other reason. And that's like what began my journey as a hairdresser way before I cut my Barbie's hair off as a kid. So if you want to talk about inner child trauma here, like we were trying to control things from the jump, okay? But when it came to my own confidence and feeling empowered to be able to take that control into my hands, like that changed everything. And then I could do that for someone else. So when I look at all my businesses, from oracle cards to retreats to goddess gatherings to cutting hair to whatever, photos, like whatever, all of it is about empowering women. So I'm rebirthed. I am back. Literally on the other side of Noodles Crossing was me just being like, let's fucking go. Like it's been family mode for the last decade plus. And now it's like, let's serve and shine and all the fucking things. So there's my sermon and I'll pull some cards for you now. Okay, great. Wonderful. Let me check in with your comments. Hello, Vic. It's so good to see you. You look full of energy, shocked. I know. I'm literally shocked. Like I cried. I joked and said this yesterday. I just cry during yoga in the morning. I fucking save lives during the afternoon, and I rest hard in the evening right now. That's like my routine. I'm a control freak. I don't like change. But here's the truth. Change is always happening all the time. So you say you resist change or you don't like change, but if you were the same you 10 years ago, would you like that? I don't think so. Probably not. My guess is that we're like 99% like, no, I'm so glad I am who I am today. Me 10 years ago, girl, like we need to give her a hug and a kiss and some chocolate. Anyway, okay. Comments check. Yes. Anna, hello. So good to see everyone. I freaking love you guys. All right, let's get rocking and rolling. Earlier we tuned in and I asked, what is it that you need? Let's just take a deep breath together. And then exhale, let it go, release, relax. Breathing in one more time, imagine a beautiful glowing light, a bubble around you, protecting your aura and allowing your intuition to open up. Moving into that heart space, give yourself permission to just be here, just to let go of the day, to release with every exhale what is no longer serving you, and just take a moment to be present. Open your heart and breathe in deep with every inhale. Imagine that light growing stronger and brighter around you. And as you exhale, just let go. Maybe roll out those shoulders, the neck, whatever it is that you need. Again, what is it that I need? Give yourself that now. Maybe it's like hanging upside down. Maybe it's like a deep breath. What is it that you need? Maybe it's to stand up or sit down. I don't know where you're at. Take a moment to give yourself what you need. All right. Sound good? Perfect. Let's go for this. I'm going to shuffle with the intention that we receive the message we need most during this new moon in Virgo season so that we can focus on restructuring our routines and committing to that self-care. And as I mentioned earlier, you've probably seen me talking about the Self-Care Kickstart Challenge. So I highly recommend that you jump on board with us and let me become your freaking accountability partner. And I'm going to walk you through 5 different simple rituals that you can do for yourself interchangeably so that you're not like, I have to do this perfect every time. We're ending perfectionism here, and I'm just teaching you how to fall in love with showing up for yourself because no one's going to come fill that cup for you. Yeah? Okay, let me just pull the comments up one more time. You guys are awesome. You're amazing. I love you. I love you guys. I cannot control my emotions, especially lately. I feel like I am a pregnant woman on steroids. Well, then that is your opportunity to practice. When those emotions are coming up crazy, using something like meditation or just a walk in the woods to let those thoughts and minds just rumble. Give yourself permission to just brain dump it all, like pay attention. Maybe there's some useful information in there. But when you start to have that awareness of the words and the self-talk that are going on, and if it's all jumbo jargon, little bullshit, negative self-talk, like, we got to start breathing that out of there. We got to start practicing creating space between our thoughts. And that's why we practice something like meditation. I actually liked myself 10 years ago way more than I do today. It could be because I had my family, my husband loved me. I hadn't had my mental breakdown yet. I was full of life and creativity. I feel like I've lost all of that. Well, then use that as a blueprint to say, hey, I've been there before and I know that I can create this feeling within myself again, and then use the tools that you know you have within yourself. And if you need more tools or a mentor or something, find that person for you where you are stuck along that journey to getting back to that self you loved 10 years ago. I think that's great that you were honest and shared that. Thank you so much for your vulnerability, like sparkle magic to use this. So, if that is the case, if you're not happy with where you were, I mean, me 10 years ago, like no talk or no real talk, I wouldn't change my wisdom and all the things, but my yoga practice, there maybe are parts of my life that I'm like, dang, my yoga practice 10 years ago was like epic, so on point, insane. And now I'm getting back to that because of that reflection and saying, hey, you know what? I used to really prioritize and love this. So in my restructuring of my routine, it is starting with that physical movement in the morning as a non-negotiable. Well, there you go. 2 cards just came up when I said that. So now we have 4 cards for the week, and I have a podcast in 15 minutes with my girlfriend, Jody Brown. So we're going to talk fast. Pay attention. Here we go. You guys ready for this? Give me some hearts. Give me some likes. Let me know you guys are with it. Unleash your inner wild child. Get up and dance. So this card is a reminder that who gives a what other people think about you. This is a time for you to step into your authentic self and decide, this is who I am. This is who I want to become. And, I just had this conversation with one of my assistants. She's like the most beautiful, like glamorous, glitzy, bougie Leo. And I love it so much. And she was saying, like, I feel like I've been holding back on sharing on my client wins or even my trips to Greece because I don't want people to think, well, do you even work? Or like, why are you doing that? I'm like, who? She's like, I don't even give a fuck anymore. I am ready to just fully be me. And just seeing her say that, it's like I was like a proud mom. Not that she's like my child or anything, but anytime I see someone accept and embrace their authentic self and really just put themselves out there and not give a shit what other people think, it is the most beautiful, inspiring, empowering thing I have ever witnessed in my life, which is why I'm an empowerment coach, so that I can help you break through those blocks and the fears that stop you from shining bright and unleashing that inner wild child. There's a part of you, like our sweet friend just shared, that has probably seen the most confident version of herself. She had so much fun. She was creative, doing all the cool things, like manifesting, like just blinking, there it is. Like, there's always been that time in our life where things just worked out for us like that because we were in that confident mode. I know that there's a version of you in there somewhere. And even if it goes all the way back to childhood, we did not come out not confident. We came out screaming and crying, give me what I want, give me love, give me affection, and give me food. You know what I mean? So get back to that unapologetic but not asshole self so that you can just show up and shine, because that's what makes people inspired to make a difference. I've been losing friends and I feel like something is wrong with me. Well, are you being an asshole? That's the first question I would ask. If you can genuinely say, no, not at all, I'm like prioritizing myself, I'm creating boundaries, I'm learning who I am, then that would say a lot to like showcase that when you start to evolve, you're going to start letting go of relationships that have played out their purpose, and you're going to be able to start stepping into new ones that will help you evolve and grow into new lessons. Sometimes there's a clearing that needs to happen. Exactly. All right, next card. Surround yourself with your soul tribe. Well, here's your opportunity. Next week, we will be gathering together in person, which I love so much. I've been doing the Woo Woo Wednesdays on lives forever. I feel like grandma on here, but I love being in person. I love hugging you. I love laughing with you and crying with you and just like having a good time, burning all the bullshit. But next week on Tuesday, September 12th, we are coming together for a new moon manifesting ritual. I feel like Noodles also knew that we needed to like upbeat manifest. Let's not hold space for crying and healing so much and go more on the like rah, let's go after our dreams vibe right after he passed. So surround yourself with your soul tribe comes up to remind you that you don't have to do this alone. There are communities. And if you can't join live, if you're like McKinney, that's like 10,000 miles away, then we'll be streaming it live virtually inside the Shine Tribe Sisterhood Facebook group. So make sure you get in there. But aside from that, where can you go to start plugging yourself into new community? A few months ago, I put out a little beacon to the universe and said, I need new community. I need new community. Like, I'm ready for that next level of growth and new lessons and all the cool things. Like, where are they? And it's been so epic to see how they just naturally start. Opportunities have fallen into our lap. Someone requests to be a guest on our podcast that has really cool stuff. We're like, yeah, let's have a chat. And then boom, things unfold from that. So it's like when you ask, it really is given if you say yes to the opportunity present. And it's so much easier to do that when you have the support of your soul tribe and your sisterhood. So If you feel alone, it's why I created the Shine Tribe Sisterhood 7 years ago, that group online, because I'm like, I can't be the only weirdo out there like pulling cards and like, doing the weird moon things, right? Like I can't be the only one making moon water with crystals. Come on. Oh, I missed you too. Thank you. Thanks for building the space. Yes, yes, yes. Like-minded people. Get up and dance. It's so funny. I made up a song with my kids and I get in a bad funk and I sing and make everybody get up and dance and I can't shake that shit out. Oh, that's so good. I think it's important, like dance is such a great feminine flow movement of like moving your energy and emotion. So you cannot dance to your favorite song and be pissed off at the same time. And if you can, that's impressive. Try it. Like if you've been in a funk, turn on your favorite song that you're just like, this song gets me going. Turn that on and see how you feel. Okay, especially with the music. Well, if she didn't just pop her little head up again. Keep your thoughts positive. I think there's a message here, y'all. But she also came with release self-doubt, let go of fear. Well. We have to stop doubting ourselves and caring what other people think so that we have the courage to get up and confidently dance and be ourselves and let other people see us. So when these two cards come up, keep your thoughts positive. Take a moment to tune in. What's your inner self-talk like? Is she supporting you and saying, you got this, girl? Like, hooray for the next chapter. Let's go. We can make some changes. Like, let's, focus on this. Or is your inner mean girl like, you're never going to do that. You're not good enough. Who am I to do that? That's such a big one that comes up. Keep your thoughts positive. Pay attention. Pay attention to that inner mean girl. That's something we talk a lot about in Shine School, which I don't know if I should tell you this or not. You might have heard. She may be coming back even better than ever later this fall, but you didn't hear that from me. So one of the major lessons that we teach in Shine School is about making friends with your inner mean girl. And I'm going to give you a little taste of it. One of the exercises that I encourage you and challenge you to do, which I'm all about challenges here. Like I was very athletic. Here's something you probably don't know about me. Super woo-woo, crystals and all the things. But I will probably outshoot you in a game of horse any day. Like I played every sport growing up. I was super athletic, which I think that discipline lends to a lot of how I show up in my routines, in my self-care, and just like knowing that hard work fucking pays off, especially when it's in alignment with where you want to go. So when release self-doubt, let go of fear comes up, the challenge that I have you guys do in the Shine School program is pay attention to those thoughts for 24 hours. Just do like a mental scan. Pay attention. Like, what do you talk shit about yourself when you get dressed in the morning? Are you talking shit about yourself if you're a parent? Like, oh God, I'm not good enough. I can't stand these kids. Like, what does your internal dialogue sound like? And for me, for years, I didn't even know I had one. It was so just there and loud and so obvious, but yet I had no idea I was doing it. And one day I heard myself talking shit and it clicked. Wow, I gotta pay attention to those negative self-talk. So release self-doubt, let go of fear, pay attention to keep those thoughts positive. This is a major Virgo season in the mind. Okay, that's where perfectionism comes in because we're comparing and compartmentalizing, and we can only do that in our mind. We don't do that in our soul. So this is an opportunity for you to pay attention to the stories and the labels that hold you back from showing up and being your authentic self. Pay attention inward. This isn't about other people and how other people are treating you. They're only treating you that way because you're treating yourself that way on the inside and allowing it on the outside. So when you change the way you treat yourself on the inside, the way you think about yourself, the way you talk about the way that you're going to show up or manifest or serve in business or about your bank account or about your relationship, the way that you talk about that and the attitude and energy that you bring to it is everything. So this is your opportunity to clean up internal stuff, not so much try to control the external. Yes, capiche? Yes, that is so true. Yay, my inner mean girl needs to be punched in the throat. No, it sounds like your throat chakra needs to just find some relaxation and being able to openly express what you truly need for yourself. Maybe you haven't had those loving, deep heart-to-heart conversations with your own self. Like, man, this is how I'm feeling and it doesn't feel good. This is how I want to feel. This is what I need more of from you and what I should, like open that conversation with yourself. But if your inner mean girl needs the tools to kind of put her in check, then be on the lookout for Shine School. I talk shit about myself nonstop about everything. I'm working on it. Work in progress. Okay, I turned on my alarm because I do have this podcast coming up. So I will wrap that up. Sorry, I meant that as a joke. No, I totally know that you meant it as a joke, but I even use sarcasm to reflect deeper feelings. And as an intuitive psychic, I can't help but just pick up on the choice words, correct? Everything has meaning, whether you're conscious to it or not. Shine School has definitely helped me be nicer to myself. Tamlin, yes. Tamlin, girl, do you want to get on a podcast later today? Seriously, or later this week? Because I would love to showcase how it's helped to support you as well. Okay, what else? I'm going to wrap up because I do have this podcast, but unleash your inner wild child, get up and dance. Let me know which card resonates with you, my friend. And this one is surround yourself with your soul tribe. I'm like, what's the first word to this one? Release self-doubt, let go of fear, and keep your thoughts positive. This is a very powerful Virgo season message. So let me know which card resonated with you in the comments below. We'll just drop that down, and I invite you to share this video, tag your friend, post it on your stories, whatever you got to do to spread the good vibes. I appreciate all the love and support that you guys show me, and I can't wait to share more of this wild creative flow that just is coming through. So thank you again for all the love and support. If you know a soul sister who would love this message, please tag them below, and I will catch you guys on the podcast on Friday. Until then, I will catch you guys later. Release self-doubt. Keep your thoughts positive. You nailed it. Thank you guys. I need to let go of fear. Thanks. Yeah. If you guys want to just shoot me a DM with like what resonated with you, I can provide some really cool resources. Or hey, if you want to get on that self-care challenge, then go to BrittneyCarmichael.com/challenge, and we will hang out on the 18th through the 22nd live for 5 days so that we can do this epic self-care challenge together. And I will be your accountability partner so that you can commit to taking care of yourself, because we all know that we need it and you absolutely deserve it. All right, I'll catch you guys later. Peace.